Hey, what's going on? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be doing some research on Clickbank. You're trying to figure Clickbank affiliate marketing out. You're a beginner. Well, we're going to talk all about that, and I'm going to show you exactly how to start to get into profit with Clickbank in this video. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I always come out with content that will teach you how to profit with affiliate marketing, so consider hitting that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, okay? So I'm going to show you two ways to make money with Clickbank, right? Two very specific channels that you can use. One is less profitable, a little bit more complicated, and the other one is slightly easier for you to get into profit, okay? So I'm going to show you method number one, and just let me make sure that you can see this stuff, right? So here's method number one, okay? So this is kind of how it works. So basically on Clickbank, you can choose lots of different products, right? So you got different niches, okay? So first you definitely want to pick your niche. And it could be anything from, for example, weight loss, to tech, to make money, to literally anything, right? And then what you do is once you find that product, you're gonna have to find a targeted audience, okay? So you've got the niche, then you want to find the targeted audience for that niche, right? And the great thing about finding a targeted audience is you can find it on a lot of different places. So you can find it on places like social media, right? Social media, Facebook, your Facebooks, your YouTubes, your Instagrams, your LinkedIn's, right? And then after that, what you do is you can find other other traffic sources. So for example, solo ads. If you really want to go down that route, you can use search marketing, right? So for example, Google, Bing, Yahoo, those methods. And then there's obviously there's paid and there's free as well, right? So you've got free and you've got paid, okay? And on the social media side, there's free and paid. So for example, Facebook is free or paid. It just depends on which strategy you want to leverage. YouTube, there's free and paid. So for example, you can upload free YouTube videos, or with YouTube, you can use their ad platform and pay per click, right? So every time you watch a video and another video pops up, that is a YouTube ad. People are paying for that, right? Instagram is the same. You can drive free organic Instagram posts, or you can pay for it. So it just depends if you have a bit of a budget or not, okay? Now, once you've got a targeted audience, this is kind of how it looks like, okay? So now you've got a niche, you've got a product, you've got what's called your Clickbank hop link, and just understand that your Clickbank hop link, all it is it's just a direct link to the sales page of whatever program you've decided to promote, whether it's in weight loss, in tech, in make money, in gardening, in home and cooking, in spirituality, in motivation. It doesn't really matter, okay? But once you've got your hop link, what you need to do is this, okay? This is kind of the process that works. So first of all, you have traffic, okay? And traffic, if you don't already know, is just let me just erase that again. So traffic, all it is basically a technical term for eyeballs landing on your website. That's it, okay? So if somebody lands on your website, they are called traffic. Now, what you want to do then is there's a few different ways you can do it. So this is the way that can be quite effective, all right? But it requires a lot of budget, and it just requires you to do a lot more testing, and you need a lot of money to do this, okay? You send them to what's called a pre-sale lander, a pre-sales lander, okay? And on this landing page, there's a bunch of different stuff. There's a bunch of sales copy, and there is a button for people to click on so that they can go to your offer, okay? And then all you would do is you would send them directly to your hop link. Okay, this is the first method. Okay, this is the most direct method. That means all you're doing is you're taking targeted traffic from social media. So let me just kind of highlight this here. So you're getting targeted traffic from social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. You're buying solo ads. You got search marketing, free or paid. It doesn't really matter what strategy you use. And all you're doing is you're sending them directly to a pre-sales lander where you're gonna talk to that specific audience a little bit more about the problem that they have. You're trying to make the pain a little bit more, and then you're gonna provide them with a solution. That's all it is, okay? So what this is this pre-sales page right here, okay? This pre-sales page right here is a transition point in this particular example, all right? And everything has to do with the quality of your traffic here, and how good your pre-sales lander is. And that will depend on how much money you make here at the bottom, okay, which is basically your hop link. So you could either make a lot of money or very little money depending on how targeted your traffic is, whether you're spending money for free, whether you're not spending money, sorry, or you're spending money, and how good your pre-sales lander is, and how good a marketing job you do to convince them, to build a relationship with them, to educate them, and then get them to click on the sales page so that they have a look at the sales and they buy. Okay. Now, there's some good things and bad things about this particular strategy. Okay. This particular strategy right here, the good things are that it's more direct. All right. That means that you don't have to fiddle around with email. You don't have to build a relationship with them. You don't really have to do anything. All you have to get really, really good at is finding the right targeted strategy, the right targeted leads, and you got to build an amazing pre-sales lander, which, by the way, takes a lot of skill and it takes a lot of money. Okay. But if you figure out how to do this, you can scale big. You can scale really, really well, and you know exactly what's working and what's not. Now here's the problem. Okay, so these are the pros. Okay, here are the cons of this particular model. Right, it's very expensive because you have to do a lot of testing. Okay, a lot of testing. And that can be a problem because most people don't have that much, budget, unfortunately, right? Let me just move this up here. And so most people can't afford to do this because you're going to have to test a lot of traffic. You have to have a big budget, and you might have to spend thousands of dollars before you find the profitable channel and the profitable angle and the pre-sales page that works for you before you start making a lot of money, unfortunately. Okay, and so that's kind of the biggest problem. And the other problem is that there's no follow-up. So that means if somebody lands on your page and they don't buy, then they're gone. They're bye-bye. You'll never see them again. Okay, unfortunately, and that's kind of the problem. So here, that's the first method. Okay, let me show you method number 2. So method number 2, and this is the method that I prefer out of the two methods. Out of this method and this one, number 2 is a much better method for me, and it kind of starts the same. Okay, so you start with traffic. It always starts with targeted traffic. That's very important, right? So targeted traffic. That means that if you're selling a golf product, you want to make sure that you're targeting people that enjoy golf, right? You don't want to target people that are not interested in golf, but are interested in weight loss, for example, okay? So it kind of starts off the same. Now, this is the big difference here. The big difference here is that the first page that they go to is an opt-in form. Opt-in page. It's called a capture page. Okay, we'll just call it CP. Right? Now, why is it called CP? Because over here, you can ask for an email address. Okay? Now, once you ask for that email address, it goes into a database. And this database you can use to resend back to, you can email people over and over and over again as many times as you want. Okay? Now, here's the other big difference. Okay? After they opt in, so number 1, you get the email address. The second thing is you send them to, it's the same thing. It's called a pre-sales page as well. Okay, but the only difference on this page is that it's a series of pages. It's not just one page. All right, so while the earlier example was one page, this is a series of pages. That means that people will land on this page, they will get pre-sold on what you want to offer them, but it doesn't all happen on day number 1, as in you can send them another email to day number 2, day number 3, day number 4, day number 5, and so on. And let me just do that in a different color. So basically what happens is, you can send them email number 1, email number 2, email number 3, email number 4, all the way until whatever, email 100 plus. It doesn't really matter. And by doing that, you're giving yourself much more of an opportunity to build a relationship with them over time. Okay, and then if they're interested, what they do is they click on this link right here, and the same thing, it goes directly to the offer page of your Clickbank hop link, right? Hop link right here, and that's how you make money. Okay, now this model right here is a lot easier for you to get good at. And yes, there's a couple more steps, and I'll show you the steps right here, right? So let me get this in a different color. Let's just put this in blue, right? So there's a couple more steps that you have to add, which is basically everything from here to here, right? But the good news is that there's a lot more leeway, as in you don't have to spend as much money to figure out what works, because right here, okay, this portion right here, well, let me highlight this in a different color. There's two reasons why this converts so much better. Okay, first of all, you're getting an opt-in, all right, which is amazing because you can follow up with people later, which means that you have more of a chance of making more sales on the back end because you're capturing somebody's information and you can follow up with them and continue to build a relationship with them. The second reason why this works so well is because the pre-sales process here has multiple pages. Okay, so you have multiple pages to build a relationship with them, right? So that means that you don't only get one try. You get a second try, you get a third try, you get a fourth try, you get a fifth try, you get a 20th try, right? And because you're following up with them constantly, that will allow you to build that relationship over time, which means that your conversion rates, let me just make sure that you can see this shot. Your conversion rate is much higher. Can you see that? Yeah? Your conversion rate is much higher. And that, my friends, is really the key to everything. If your conversion rate is low, you're going to really struggle. You're going to have to end up spending a lot of money before you can make sales. But with this model right here, it allows you a lot more leeway to make mistakes. Okay? So if I was you and I was trying to sell affiliate products on Clickbank, and if I had to choose either method number one over here, where there's a lot less leeway, you're not collecting an email address, you're just sending people to a pre-sales lander where you've got to get so good at designing that lander so that it resonates with that particular individual. Or I would go with this method where it's a lot more flexible. It's a little bit more work because you have to build out more pre-sales pages. You have to collect an email address. You have to set up your emails to follow up with them. You need an autoresponder. But there's a lot more room for you to make error. I would go with method number two. Okay, this would be my choice. And this is what I do for a lot of my marketing right here. Oops. Oh, sorry. I'm still learning how to use this tool. Let me try that again. This is basically the strategy that I would use. Okay, number two, it's a lot easier, there's a lot more leeway, and you can follow up people for a long time. And there's something else I didn't mention. You can promote to them in the future because you have their email address. So you see this email right here? You can do future promos. That means that if you know that these people like golf, for example, you can email them another golf promotion further down the line. You can email them a golf mastermind. You can email them, a specific training on how to have a better golf swing. You can do so many things. But with the first model right here, once they're gone, they're gone. You'll never be able to follow up with them again. Okay, so two strategies. I wanted to cover them both just so that you could understand how these are some of the different methods that you can use to sell more Clickbank products. Okay, I hope you got some value from this video today. Let me know in the comment section below what value you got. If you learned something today, let me know your aha moment. I would appreciate some thumbs up still. And if you're like, Aaron, how do I do this stuff, right? I want to show you how to do method number two right here. Okay, so I've got a free workshop. It's a 6-figure workshop, absolutely free of charge though. If you want to check it out, click the link directly in the comment section. If you're on your mobile phone, click on the arrow on the right hand side, then enter your email address on the next page. I hope to see you in the workshop, and I wish you all the best with your affiliate marketing business. Speak soon on another video. Take care.